This is the month of May. May, the month of biodiversity awareness. In fact, world celebrates World Biodiversity Day or International Day for Biological Diversity each year on 22nd May. Since it was Sunday, we had a tree talk in the Shalimar campus, Squash, Srinagar. But today, I am really happy to be amongst you in the Faculty of Forestry, Benihama, Ganderbal. I am really fascinated to receive the welcome, and I have this eco-friendly bunch of flowers, kind of bouquet, having three flowers in it. One is hypericum, other is lavandula or lavender, and third one is unique. It is Spartium. Mostly people confuse Spartium junceum with Cytisus scoparius, but the distinguishing character is basically trifoliate leaves in case of Cytisus scoparius and simple linear leaves, and they are early falling short lived leaves in case of Spartium. In fact, the species junceum indicates it has rush like appearance or juncus like morphology. When leaves are shed, only cylindrical green stems are standing and growing in clumps, giving an impression of a juncus, which is in fact a grass like plant of the marshes. So, this is named as Spartium junceum with pea-shaped brilliant yellow flowers. And lavender, Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine at this time is celebrating the lavender festival in Bhadrava Hills. I was also invited, but I couldn't go, so I found time to visit the Benihama Faculty of Forestry campus. And in today's 1250th Benihama Tree Talk, let me share with you the biodiversity means the very basis of life. This is the backbone of economy. Biodiversity means the quality air to breathe, quality water to drink, quality food to take. The way all these organisms, whether they are microscopic or macroscopic, whether plants or animals, all are assigned the ecological role by the Almighty God, nature, where each and every plant, animal, organism is playing its role to keep the balance of nature, ecological balance, or to recycle the nutrients. The food of one organism uh, may be taken by another, and a kind of food chains have the interlinking interlinkages, and we have the food webs. Biochemist the Mohammad Hijri mentioned about the phosphorus crisis. He says phosphorus locked in the mountains. When we go for digging and road building and other interference, the phosphorus gets unlocked from these mountains, and all that finds way to the wetlands in the valley, and that leads to eutrophication. So ultimately the wetland dies. In nature, plants or crops which we cultivate, they can absorb 85% phosphorus which is naturally occurring in the soil, and only 15% may remain unutilized. But when we apply the artificial chemical fertilizers, then otherwise is true. It is simply 15% which is absorbed from the artificial fertilizers, and 85% phosphorus goes waste. So we need to look at it. Unregulated and indiscriminate digging of the mountain slopes may endanger the biodiversity. Biodiversity is not only in the forests, it's also in the rivers, lakes, ponds, and aquatic animals are also playing very important role in keeping the ecology of aquatic ecosystems intact. In fact, once while fetching drinking water from Chashma Shai, Royal Spring, I found the shrimp Gammarus polax as because it's the indicator of the quality water. So many amphibians, they are facing the brink of extinction because of indiscriminate use of insecticides, pesticides, and drastic land use changes. If we lose the marshes, if we lose the wetlands, definitely the amphibian population will be declined. And many of the frog species, they are unique to Indian subcontinent and many are endemic. For example, Nasica batrachus hyderensis, also known as pig-nosed frog or purple frog, it's a Jurassic time frog and it was found only in the year 2003 from the Kerala. We have many threatened species among the pheasants. For example, Tragopan pheasant is Tragopan melanocephalus is already in the endangered category, and even Monal Lophophorus impianus is also declining in the wilderness. We have the sheep and goat wild relatives occurring in the wilderness of Ladakh. When we talk about uh, red sheep or Marco Polo sheep or Argali or even blue sheep, we have wildlife species. One is adapted to the cold desert of Ladakh, and another wildlife species found in the Ran of Kutch, Gujarat. So, Biodiversity Day on 22nd May reminds us of our responsibilities and how to correct our wrong policies so that we may have the development, but at the same time, biodiversity and the natural ecosystems should remain thriving. So, on one hand, we need to conserve each and every different kind of organism, so conservation in totality. And second is, we have to harvest or utilize or exploit these resources, but then exploitation should have a sustenance. It should be sustainable kind of models that strategies need to develop as per the sustainable development goals of United Nations. We also have to mechanisms where we have to access is regulated access to these bioresources, and even the benefits are shared with the local communities. Thank you.